Good day, ladies and gents. I'm Emilio Colon Sr. and this is the EC Show coming to you from rainy South Florida today. On my left, joining me as always, Mr. Swagger McDougans, About That Life, Joseph Buto.
What up, what up?
This is a full EJ production in association with Jeremy Torres and the boys up here in the Performing Arts Center in Coral Springs. Jordan Crate from Jordan Crate Photography is in the building as well. The show is fully sponsored by KD Power Greens, our urban farm microgreens company that I own with my kids. Guys, make sure you visit kdpowergreens.com. The last farmers market was excellent. We almost completely sold out. Thank you for everybody that stopped by. Once again, get all of your brand new ECRespECt merch at EnasiaColon.com. ENASIACOLON.com. We have this month, March 17th, a brand new collab featuring Jose Kojima. He plays for DC United in the MLS. It's an excellent collab. You can pre-order everything right now, but the official drop comes out March 17th. And for the big reveal, they've been with us once already, and now they're joining us once again. The show is sponsored by AutoNation, specifically AutoNation Toyota Weston. Guys, you can scan that QR code. If you're in the business looking for an automobile for yourself, your significant other, your kids, whatever it may be, guys, scan that QR code right behind us. AutoNation has a beautiful promotion going on this month. They will literally match up your down payment up to $1,000. You put down $1,000, they give you another $1,000. You put down $2,000, they make it $3,000. So guys, make sure you go check out the inventory that they have. You can visit them at AutoNation.com, or you can go to AutoNationToyotaWeston.com.
I might be having to go take a visit.
The other promotion that they have also is if you go to a competitor and you actually get an appraisal on your car,
They match it.
they match it and they give you $500 on top of it as well.
I like it.
So
you
it's
go to CarMax,
always a
grab
good
that
thing.
little CarMax
You go to a competitor. Say competitor.
competitor.
You go to a competitor.
Sorry.
You know, it's
We're
okay.
working on it.
We're working on it.
Let's
You
see
go to a
competitor.
competitor and you get an appraisal from them. You bring it to them. They'll match it and give you $500 on top
And
of
then
it.
match 1,000 on top of that if I throw an extra 1,000 on.
Yeah, what's your down payment?
Listen, man. I'm asking questions. I got a 16-year-old in the making.
No, we're really happy that AutoNation's on. This has been in the works for a long time. Joe, you know. Jeremy, you know. Jordan, you know how long we've been trying to work on this. We had to make sure.
We had it in the beginning. We did good work with
And
that.
I think, in all honesty, because, you know, it was only for a certain period of time, but we kept running it.
We did.
And I think the reason
We ran it
why
a couple extra weeks longer.
that helped us.
It shows your integrity.
Yeah, it shows.
It shows that you're not just there, all right, cool, if you're not paying me, you know, whatever, see you later. We showed the true, like, just the true people we are. Like,
Yeah.
we're always shouting people out for free anyways, and it's nice to be shown love back when you're giving out the love.
That's also a tough subject to discuss with certain people because we got so many people that do things and so many entrepreneurs in our relationships with people that we know. We don't necessarily want to, like, eat off of them so much because it's like, yo, listen, we'll do this just for free. You know what I'm saying? Y'all peoples. But when it's massive corporations, companies that have marketing budgets and marketing dollars and this, that, man, listen, come throw that my way. I'll take care of that for you.
I don't mind it. I mean, listen, that's what they do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They have to spend it.
They have to spend it.
Yes.
They have to spend a certain amount every year. It's, you know, why not on the good guys?
Well, guys, make sure if you want to go look for a car, visit AutoNation, specifically AutoNation Toyota Weston.
Right,
scan that QR code right there. It works. We tested it out before the show started, and we appreciate them. Joe, good to have you on the show. I see you looking good with those nice glasses. Go ahead, plug them.
I got to plug my guy. So I was on Instagram scrolling through, and my algorithm brought me to a guy. His page is Critical. It's like Critical NYC is his name. He's a music artist. He's a author. I bought his book also. And he just, you know, he puts these little sentiments out there, like, you know, for instance, one of them, and he always starts them off like it's always in the sky, and it comes down, and the camera comes down and pans down to him, and he's always on like an electric skateboard, and he's like, fellas.
He has this niche.
Yeah, he goes, fellas, and then drops
the knowledge.
Yeah, like he's like, men don't have commitment problems. He's like, we go to the same barber, we root for the same shitty team every year. The problem is you. You know what I'm saying? We don't, and then he go at the end. He always goes, scooty scoo.
That's his little signature.
And then like this hip hop song plays that he makes, and so I got in contact with him, and we're actually gonna have him on the show. Hopefully, if it works out as planned, next week, next Wednesday, he'll be on the show.
Jeremy, put this up for me, guys. If you're tuning in for the first time, the show he's talking about is I Apologize in Advance. Make sure you go subscribe. We are full supporters of it. Joe does the show with his dad, with his brother who sits on the couch and says absolutely nothing that anybody can't hear.
He chimes in once every 7
Shout out
episodes.
to Christian. Christian is their producer as well. Shout out to
Christian.
Christian. We appreciate him. But no, guys, make sure you go visit. I apologize in advance where you get your podcast and on YouTube for sure. But no, we're waiting for that episode
so
for sure.
I copped some shades, and I copped, which I love, because I could wear. I always said, like, how do rappers wear glasses inside? Like, I can't see nothing. I never was able to do it. I was never the guy in the club with glasses because I couldn't see shit.
Right.
But like these, like I can actually see. They're like
they're not
like
as
style.
they're not as sunny glasses.
Exactly. They're like style, but they do have that shade for the daytime.
They look good.
They're good, and it's when you're buying glasses online, it's always a dice roll.
So this is a pure a jest. He's wearing our collab that we did with Drip Toronto.
Oh yeah,
Shout
I
out
was
to
gonna
Roy
say
Drip.
in the intro when you go get your brand new. I was gonna say this one ain't brand new. This is a throwback.
So the issue is that for a couple weeks, for a couple episodes, Joe and I have been wearing the same stuff just coincidentally.
Coincidentally, and I've grabbed this today.
So he grabbed that one today, and that
shot.
one's like 2 years back in the making of the collab, and I almost wore it today too. So we almost made it 3 weeks in a row we were wearing the same thing.
I said in my head, I go, if he's wearing respected drip on this episode tonight,
You know what to say with yourself?
we have to do something. We have to go to dinner after this and put our brains together and really blow the world up on something.
No.
Because this was a throwback. And this one was sitting up there. I was like, man, I wore, and I seen my kicks sitting there. I was like, I haven't worn this.
A lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand. Joe and I are almost like connected through like Wi-Fi. In all honesty.
The gay couple community.
No, definitely not that. Here we go again. Now I'm probably gonna have to edit that out too.
You're gonna
you said
have to mute that.
You're retarded or whatever.
violation.
So listen.
Yeah.
So here's the problem.
Violation?
So
Are
here's the
we
problem.
serious?
We did
Don't-
some
don't
B-roll.
get
We
mad
did
at
some
me.
B-roll. We did some
Don't get
B-roll
mad at me.
before the show had started, and when we did the B-roll, it was just Joe was using the restroom. He wasn't even here.
I was taking a piss.
And I'm doing the B-roll with EJ, and we did one take, and then I was like, let's just do another take. And then Joe just happened to be walking in. Joe didn't hear anything that we said.
No, I didn't even know what he was doing.
And verbatim, what I say in take one by myself, I then say again, and then Joe finishes it by himself.
Saying what he said.
Saying the exact same thing.
He goes,
The
"Bro,"
exact same
he goes,
thing.
I gotta show you the video. He's like, you just literally, it's linked, man. Great minds think alike. Is
It's
what they
great
say.
minds think alike. Shout out to the TGL League. We're watching it as we speak.
Yep.
Shout out to LA. They're in first place, right? So we
Yep.
got, who's the top four? It's LA, New York.
Well, it's LA, the Bay,
Uh-huh.
Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
and then
New York.
New York
So,
snuck in the
so those
fourth
are the top four that are going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. So the Bay was undefeated until LA made that comeback last night, man. It was electric to watch because the Gala chipped one in, and then literally almost exact same shot. Very next, Tommy Fleetwood did the exact same thing. They had a hammer on both. They ended up winning the one.
So
seed.
I'm not tuned in to watching it live just yet, but I'm tuned in to watching the highlights of it afterwards, just because my schedule's a little bit busy. We're watching it right now as we speak.
Yeah.
We're watching Jupiter versus Atlanta as we speak.
Yeah, and
But-
it's crazy because like the greens have this these plates underneath. So like no matter the greens are never the same. So like everyone's like, oh, what if the guys that play it every week are gonna get better? And the purse is pretty big from what I heard.
Okay.
Like as if they were playing a 4-day tournament type win.
Right.
So like they're and this is the first year, so they
Right.
want to call themselves TGL champions because this is the future.
Yeah, of course.
You're gonna want, as a professional golfer, you're gonna want this on your resume.
So I've been watching this, and I've been watching some of the Grass League. Shout out to my buddy
Shout out,
Abe.
yeah.
Abe, we appreciate you.
I
will literally, Joe has already agreed.
I'm
We
already-
will
I'm
take you
signed
up
up.
on that invite. So those that don't know, the Grass League, my buddy Abe, has invited us to come out to the event in May.
It's at night, which is
It's
the
at
coolest
night.
thing ever.
It's literally par 3 golf, like you've never seen it before, at nighttime. It is sponsored by, it's actually broadcasted on Peacock and NBC. So you can watch it on there, which is dope.
Well, that's what I need to watch it on because I'm a big golf fan. It's very relaxing for me, and it is such a hard sport, and like people really don't get how hard and challenging the game of golf is. Like if you've played it, you understand how hard it is.
Yeah.
So like the fact that these guys are so dialed in and some of the shots they make, like it's just an appreciation for the sport. Like for instance, Pi today, he sent something about Saquon Barkley being the highest paid running back in history and da-da-da. And I said, well deserved.
Yeah, of course.
And he put like a joke or something like, oh, I'm so happy for him, Giants fans. I was like, no, I'm like genuinely happy for the
No,
guy.
of course. You could be, there's nothing wrong with that.
Like because he's not on my team anymore. Like
No, there's nothing
I
wrong
know,
with it.
I'm
But on top of
happy.
that, you could be genuinely happy for him because he's just a really nice person.
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
just a good person.
I want to see sincere people.
You saw what he did to that kid that was in the, for those that don't know, during the parade,
Oh, the ball
The
boy.
ball boy was not
picked
part
him-
of the parade. He
and
was
he
in
picked
the
him
he
up.
was in this like the
Ripped him over the
fans
barricade.
and he was behind the barricade. And God put Saquon there at that moment.
Yeah.
Because Saquon didn't have to be there. He could have just went,
He
on
actually walked past a couple steps and then looked back
He was
and
like, "What the
realized-
hell are you doing
he said,
here?"
"What?" And he ripped him up.
He
At that point-
lifted him up over the barricade and made him part of the
I'm
parade.
just telling you right now, if me and my 6 of my homies are at the parade, and the ball boy and Saquon pulls me over, I'll call y'all boys after the parade.
Absolutely.
I'm with those guys for the rest of the
You
night.
know what? And the truth, I don't
He
know.
should have been
I don't know if
invited
the
anyway.
ball boy. I don't want to even call him boy. Ball man. I don't know if he has a family, kids, whatever. He's
looked
gonna
young.
remember that for the rest of his life.
He looked young.
He's gonna be able to tell his kids that story. Like, this is how
Because-
great of a person this person
Yeah,
is.
because I feel like I don't know the exact rules, but I know that each team brings like 7 balls to the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
14 game balls.
Yeah,
or some
right,
shit
of course.
like
Something
that.
like that. Each team uses
So
their own.
he is the actual Philly ball boy.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like he should have been invited. Maybe not on the damn parade bus, but at least walking the streets.
Yeah, somebody missed out on
Yeah,
that one.
somebody dropped the ball on that one. Pun intended.
So I've been watching TGL and I've been watching the Grass League. And like I said earlier, Abe, shout out to him. He's the owner and player of the Bluebirds. He literally wants us to come out and watch the Grass League in May in Arizona.
In Arizona.
In Arizona.
Bro, I don't care where it is.
So here's
I'm
the
down.
thing. Abe, we're gonna need media passes.
Yeah,
we're gonna need
I wanna
we're
be
gonna
walking
need
on
media
that
passes.
grass.
Now, being opinionated on both leagues, right? Because I've watched both leagues. What I'm watching in TGL, the announcers are ESPN announcers.
Yeah.
They're doing what they normally do, whatever. But the Grass
He
League,
does
the
go-
Grass
he
League announcers speak like we do. Like
Oh,
they
so
literally
so
talk
it's just a humanized commentary.
100%.
Well, TGL is pretty good too.
But they're held
When they
held
get-
back by a little bit because they are on ESPN.
When they get on the hot mics and they're able to talk their shit, it's fun.
Yeah.
And the announcer will get in on it too. Like
Yeah, like shout out to him. He's
Yeah.
doing an amazing job. No
Yeah.
one's questioning that. But if you watch the Grass League, these boys are all in on it. All in on it.
I gotta listen in because I love the fact that because I play golf. I'm not that good, but I love playing it. It's a great sport to play. But during the day when you hit a ball, I've hit perfect drives right down them, and then you lose the ball. And it's the worst feeling in the world, bro. It's like.
Way to go.
Listen, my fellow golfers out there know how this goes. When you rip such a good shot and then you can't find the ball, and it's like, why is it the good shot that I can't find? But like at night when they light up these fields for these guys, when you watch them fucking drive this ball and you watch this ball, it's a par 3.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch them hit this iron shot, you don't lose sight of the ball.
No, you see that all the
It's
time.
just a bright white ball flying through the sky, so you get to see it so much
The last IG clip that I saw on the Grass League was a guy trying to pull a Steph Curry. So Steph Curry hits a 3, he looks
Walks
the other way,
away,
walks
yeah.
away. This guy hit a putt from like 40 yards out to win. Putted it.
better. Walked away.
And was taking steps because it was going in, and it literally rimmed and went the other way.
That's the worst.
That's the
Oh,
worst.
when it lips out like that. Yeah, they call it in golf. They call it walking it in.
Oh,
And,
boy.
and you know who started that?
Who?
I'm pretty sure it was the great Tiger Woods started to walk. He hit a putt and literally would just take 5 steps and just grab it as it hits the bottom of the cup.
So I was talking to a buddy of mine about some of this stuff that we're doing and talking about how we're talking about TGL and how we're talking about the Grass League and talking about this and that. Talk about Live Golf a little bit because
Isn't
Live
it
Golf
great
is
that
different.
everyone's talking about
No,
golf?
of course, absolutely,
Isn't it crazy?
100%. But what he had mentioned to me in a joking manner, he said, what if Tiger never got caught? Like, what if he never got caught and he just had all the women he had and he was just he would hands down be the greatest golfer that ever lived. He would have crushed that.
He's still a battered man. You know, this is perfect for him.
Yeah.
Because like even if he does come out hot in these tournaments, day 1, day 2, even if he makes the cut, day 3, that boy's knees barking.
Done.
He's
Cooked,
barking.
toasted.
He's using his putter as a cane almost.
Almost, yeah.
And it sucks because it's Tiger Woods, bro. Guy's got 5 jackets. I mean, like, he is the GOAT. I mean, I think they said that in order for Scottie Scheffler to beat Tiger Woods' #1 record, he'd have to stay #1 consecutively till like 2036.
Right.
It's
And what a lot of people don't
broken.
understand, and this happens with almost every generation. Almost every generation will have a generational talent that comes along and just does some outwardly ungodly
I know,
stuff.
I feel bad for
and we don't necessarily
generation.
get a chance to really, really enjoy it until after it's over.
Yeah.
Like until after it's finished.
But I feel like while Tiger was doing it, it was so phenomenal what he was doing because he was so young that people were tuned in for a lot of it. Where, other golfers that were winning back then, Phil Mickelson. Well,
Yeah.
I would say the first
his
elite
on
black
journey?
golfer.
Is his
He was
on?
the first elite.
First one that was just like scooping up.
And he was young.
Because I mean, who was that? What was the other guy's name? It's gonna bother me now.
What other guy? Who you talking about?
The dark skinned guy.
VJ Singh?
VJ. He's considered.
He's
was
Indian.
Saying his last name.
VJ Singh.
Thigala's dad is probably one of the greatest humans I've ever seen.
It's just like I know
Anytime
for a
Thigala
fact.
does something on the course,
I know for a
his dad
fact
goes,
in that era, in that
apeshit.
time frame when Tiger was when he was really in his bag,
killing it.
he was killing
He
it.
couldn't lose.
He couldn't lose.
No.
Sunday Red,
Sunday
and
Red.
plug to that's his name of his company now, to his
Yeah.
clothing brand, Sunday Red. He would wear the Sunday Red, and you knew it was a wrap.
Yeah, it was game time.
It
If
was
he
over.
wasn't
Do
Do you
already
think
winning,
Charlie would be better than Tiger?
I think that Charlie has the potential to do so.
I mean, he has the resources for sure.
I mean, you got your
let-
father's Tiger Woods.
Let's just face facts. Tiger's dad.
Didn't play golf.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
didn't
come
play
on,
golf.
dude.
No.
Like, it's not. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
mean, he did put a set of clubs in his hand very young, but he didn't know what Tiger knows.
I got a funny story too.
Charlie's
just to,
already dropping hole-in-ones.
just to let you know
It's
about
sick.
accountability more than anything else. Tiger's dad once told a story about how he literally manipulated his son to sit there and make him do what he wanted to do because he knew, like, if he egged him on or didn't, like, you know what I'm saying, like, kept staying on top of him and holding him
Yeah.
accountable, that eventually Tiger would just do it on his own
Yeah.
until he got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then
that
once he
makes
got
sense.
it, he's like, I didn't have to say anything to
Yeah,
him.
at that point,
At
it's-
that point, it's just like, okay, let me just enjoy
And then
this.
once you get a taste of that win,
You get addicted to it.
especially at that young,
You get addicted to it.
bro, these guys are coming in 52nd place, getting 100K.
You know, like, for example, we both have daughters that, are very, very athletic and they play sports. For those that don't know, they both play soccer. When Inasia is on one, I'm the happiest motherfucker
I
in
don't
the world.
gotta say a word.
No.
I love those games.
Teenage
Where
love it.
I love those games where I could just watch her cook. And
This kid is the biggest troll in the world, but he's lucky that I don't record him when Inasia does some ungodly shit because he's even louder than I am.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, when Ine hit, okay, like I think
He's
I
a
forget-
closet fan.
I forget who she was playing. Ine had it maybe 45 out, and she took one dribble. She shot it. Yo, bro, it looks so when you walk into a soccer game and the ball looks like it went in,
Yeah.
but it's actually coming towards you. Oh my God, it looked like the meanest goal of all time, but Ine's trash and they hit their fucking cross.
Listen, we all know that
Exactly.
Ine is the crossbar sniper, but she buries goals also. You need to stop hating on her.
She would have at least 10 more goals if she doesn't hit the damn crossbar.
If they raised it a quarter inch,
You couldn't pay her to hit the crossbar that much.
no. If you gave her 10 shots to hit the crossbar, she wouldn't. If you said, all right, go up, go anywhere, go just score, ding, 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 ding. But she's good.
But no, it's really a great feeling to see.
You know what I
when
love? I love hearing other people brag about our kids.
Yeah.
Like other people in the background of your ear, you hear talking good about your kid.
Yeah, of course.
Or like if, for instance, oh my God, Inasia, she's so good. Da, da, da. Like you overhear someone saying it, and it's like inside it makes you
Or
feel
if somebody's watching GB or GB
Saying
had a
that.
hat trick today, she was killing it, she was on one.
good. Yeah.
It makes me happy because it's like,
I've had a bunch of, and I'm sure you've had millions of these, but like the other coach of the other team,
oh,
I'm sure you've
That's how
had.
she met Dumel. That's how we met Dumel.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, in all honesty,
Shout out to Mel. He's the
we
fucking
got smacked last year. Arizona State got smacked by TCU. It was 5-0 at half. Inasia ended up scoring like a consolation goal, 5-1. It was game was over, and even the coach was like, because Inasia had 2 more other shots that should have went in. And the other coach was like, yeah, it should have been 5-3. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's the best feeling. Like the coach comes up and he's like, not to me, more to G, but he's like, hold your head up. You played great today.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just walks off. It's just something that simple though. And I'm like, she don't get it.
No, they don't
So
understand.
by the time we get in the car, I'm like, do you realize that the coach of the other team told you specifically you had a great game, keep your head up?
Dude, I'm still
'Cause your
having
head's down.
conversations with Inasia to this day.
I feel
because
like it's gonna be never ending.
what the thing is what they don't really understand until they eventually end up having their own is the seeds and the work that you do today benefit and reap the fruits that you want to see later on in the future.
Yeah.
And they just think like that's not the case.
No, and
Because they're
that's-
actually just doing it, and they're like,
that's why I get so much shit. Oh, it's my last day of the weekend. It's not the
So?
last day of your life.
Exactly.
It's yes, today's Saturday. Yes, tomorrow's Sunday. Yes, back to routine on Monday. But like, I'm not trying to not make you have fun in your life. I just wanted you to be structured.
So I give you excellent choice. You literally took the words out of my mouth once again. I was just explaining this to EJ the other day. It's because in order to do these things consistently every day and make it part of your routine, you have to have a discipline that is just unwavering. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And another word that I used recently with Gio too is like you got to start taking accountability for things that you do.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you didn't play that good today. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put in the work?
Right.
Do you think you practiced hard enough to play good today?
Right.
No, you
Right.
don't. So take some accountability
Right.
for how you perform in school too.
Of course.
You know? I'm like, she's like, my grades. I was like, you're not putting 100%. That's why I'm mad at your grades.
Right.
I am trying. I go, look me in my eyes and tell me you're giving me 100. You're putting 100% effort in. I was like, you could honestly, with all your might in your body, say, I'm going at school 100% as hard as I can. There's no way I could work any harder.
No, that's not true.
No, she could not say that.
So,
No, of course she
Bro,
couldn't
I
say
realized
that.
that, like,
Could you say that?
Bro, I feel today I was doing like
If you had to gauge, hold on. If you had to gauge yourself of how much effort you've been putting in between
maybe
0 and 100, pretend your dad's not
65%.
here. 70?
65%.
65.
Today I was doing an assignment in Marine and like I was looking at it and I was like I was struggling to even like keep my eyes open. I'm just like doing it. I'm like fuck. Like me like 2 years ago I would have got it done already. Like,
Yeah.
I
Because
don't try anymore.
you guys are getting lazy.
see, everything's too easy. That's why. I was just having this discussion with Pete from Canada. Shout out to Pete from Canada.
Shout out,
We always
Pete.
love Pete. He had mentioned it to me too. We're going back and forth, and he's like, "Homie, like, congrats. I know how hard you worked. Whatever, this and that, third. It means a lot." And me and him were talking back and forth, and I was like, "Yeah, but you know what? A lot more people will tune in and watch to see you fail and fall flat on your face than when you're actually doing good and you're achieving things." You know what I'm
It
saying?
don't make sense to me. We talk about it all the time, but you got to accept the fact that everybody's built differently. And I brought it up on this show. I brought it up on my show. I've been telling my wife for 20 years she don't listen.
She don't listen.
She don't, what they never do. I'm like, you need to lower your expectations of people.
Right.
And that way you're never disappointed.
Right.
That's where I'm at in life.
Jeremy and I had a
I don't-
conversation earlier today. We were having a conversation and we were just discussing things. And at the end of the day, you just gotta constantly tell yourself, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one gives
even
a fuck.
Even at my sister's wedding this weekend, there was
Hey, congratulations
Oh, yeah.
to Tommy and Bianca.
Tommy and Bianca.
Don't reveal too much because I know you want to talk about it
Yeah,
on your
we're
show.
gonna
So
talk
don't
about it
reveal
on the
too
show.
much. But I know you guys had an
we
excellent
had an
time.
excellent time, but one of the hiccups at the wedding, the bus that was supposed to take us from the Ritz to the venue was supposed to be there at 2:45. It didn't get there till 3:45.
Wow.
But, while
I didn't pay for a 3:45 arrival.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I
What
walked up to my
color was
sister,
the driver?
who is doing her best to hold it in. Still got a beautiful smile, still looking gorgeous as ever. But I could tell she was struggling on the inside. And I was just like, there's no reason to stress things that are out of our control.
No, of course.
I go, we are the wedding.
Right.
You're the bride. There's the groom.
Party starts when we
Groomsmen,
get there.
Bride,
Party starts
there's
when
no
we get
wedding
there.
without us.
Yeah, of course.
When we show up, there'll be a wedding. So don't even stress yourself out. Oh, we're an hour late. Who gives a shit? You think they give a shit? No. It's Buto standard time.
Hey.
See, that wasn't our fault. Though.
Baby Tommy looked excellent in
Oh,
his suit.
his little suit. This thing was this big. And what's funny is $10 late fee if you don't return that little. He looked like Boss
Hey.
Baby, legit.
Homie, you and wifey looked excellent.
We did. We cleaned up
Looked
well.
excellent.
We
You looked
cleaned up-
excellent.
We cleaned up well. But yeah, it's just you can't control things don't stress things that are out of your control, and don't expect the most out of people. Lower your expectation. Be surprised when somebody goes over the top for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect it, because if you expect it and they don't do it, you're going to constantly be let down, and that's where Rachel has her problems. Rachel's a very loving, loyal person and will go over the top for her friends and
And
go
then
over
they
the top
won't do
for
the same thing in return.
and she gets so angry when it's not reciprocated.
Reciprocated.
And I'm like, and she doesn't do it for the reciprocation.
No.
But she expects that level of respect to be matched. And when it's not, she gets so upset about it. And it would
Because she was raised properly.
yeah, and it ruins her whole day. But I'm like, now if you just lowered your expectations on that person a little bit, you wouldn't have expected them to do that, and then it wouldn't have bothered you to begin with that they did it. So it's just all life.
I'll give you an
lessons.
example. The other day, somebody came up to me, and mind you, obviously, we put so much stuff on Instagram, we put so much stuff on YouTube. We do it for reach. We're doing it for brand awareness. We're trying to, get out there more than anything else and let everybody see what we're doing or whatever it may be. I had somebody come up to me and somebody was like, yo, I think you should do this. I think you should do that. And they were giving me pointers. Now I'm listening and I'm hearing them out. But then I test them. Because the way I test them is what they think is what we put on social media is it's only a small percentage of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So if you're not watching the whole show, you might come up to me and you might say something about what we already discussed, but the clip led to that. Like,
so
you understand?
That's like what my dad was saying. He's like, bro, these clips are too short. You're cutting off half the story. I'm like, that's the point.
Yeah, because you want them to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the whole meat and potatoes in one video.
Like Kujin Pete, he hit me with the, Bruddy, you're not going to give me credit for Canada beating the U.S. and me landing on the exact number? I said, homie, we did. Watch the show.
I get it all the time. Even people will comment on the show. It's like, yo, I need to hear the rest of the story. I'm like, tune in.
Tune in.
Tune in. It's there.
Listen,
these episodes are,
watch it in 1.5
40.
speed. It's slow. It literally cuts the episode down to. I see EJ doing it now. EJ hears everything now on whatever he's watching, TikTok, whatever, and 2.00.
You don't understand that, Mike.
It's fast as hell.
I'm good, man. I'm at the pace. I like my normal speed. I'm gonna keep things at my normal speed.
No, of course, absolutely.
Cassiano will come up to me, Dad, my phone's broken, and
Zubair's the one that taught me about the 1.5 speed thing, because he's like, yo, I like to listen to so many podcasts. He's like, I'll listen to it like this, and then if it's something that I really like that caught my ear.
There is some podcasts where 1.5 is perfect. No, for real. When there's a lot of. Just like when it's a lot more of a conversation piece where it's not like as active and animated as like we would come off to be.
Right.
Like when it's more of like a long, like for instance, Rogan. His episodes are 3.5 hours. That's a long pod.
See, the thing I like about what we do, and to be quite honest with you, because for those that don't know, I've been doing this. It's about to be going on 5 years that I've been doing this, and in the beginning we had to have like a structure because there were certain people on the show that they could only discuss certain things, and Jordan knows what I'm talking about. So like you would have Cam. And Cam, and shout out to him, he would only know about football, certain sports, maybe college football, but that's pretty much about it. He wouldn't know about too much.
You guys are like a mini ESPN.
So, yeah. And then we have Marcus, who actually produced the show, and Marcus knew nothing about sports. Yeah. But he produced the show because he knew he had the equipment, he knew everything. So we kind of had to, like, structure it towards Marcus and give Marcus, like, kind of like subject matter to be able to then throw at us so then we could ask him his opinion from a person that didn't watch sports.
Yeah.
But that didn't work.
No.
It didn't work at all. So what I realized is I realized very quickly after that was that I just need to do the show freestyle. No subject matter, no nothing. Just literally just have basic conversation.
Yeah,
and what happened? The show ends up becoming more relatable. More people watch.
It's humanized.
Yeah, exactly.
It's humanized.
Exactly.
And that's what people are enjoying. And that's what I think everyone loves about, like, for instance, the TGL League. It humanizes these golfers that you don't get to see them laugh and have a good time and be in a team setting. So it's humanizing people, and that's what people are relating to. Like, bro, I realize that I watch more YouTube than I do regular TV these days.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not watching the news or some type of sporting event, I'm watching pods, man. I thoroughly enjoy them, and there's so many good ones out there that are just.
It's also because you get to learn from them more than anything else.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah.
It was like, let me watch some podcasts. Let me see how these people are becoming so successful in what they're doing. And then I'm like, wow.
Now you see everybody doing it.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody has some level of a podcast that they're doing, or they're jumping on a podcast or whatever. And you want me to tell you the truth? And to be honest with you, I think the reason why a lot of people end up doing them is therapeutic.
It is.
It's therapeutic. You're
is.
able to sit there and have a conversation.
It's like a therapy session with yourself.
Hang out with your buddies, talk. Some of them, they smoke, they drink. Like Drink Champs, they drink. Yeah. And they got all the smoke. Sometimes they're smoking. Whatever it may be. Like, everybody's doing different shit.
Whatever they want to do, yeah.
Like KG and Paul Pierce have one where they're constantly talking and their homies. It's a fun way to hang out with your friends and do what you got to do, and then just let off.
At the end of the day, also, guys like that, they're making good money on these podcasts. And guess what? They don't have to pay MTV. They don't got to pay TLC. They don't got to pay Bravo. They don't got to pay none of these networks because they are their own network.
Of course.
So YouTube is allowing them. We, unfortunately, don't have that notoriety
Not yet. We will.
Not yet.
We will.
Stay tuned. But
I was telling 12 that.
I mean, listen, AutoNation, you got an outside sponsor. That's amazing. That's something that a lot of people that go for 10, 15, 20 years in podcasting still don't achieve.
First off, we got a sponsor. That's number one. Number two, It's funny that you mentioned it. I want to give a shout out to my wife because I appreciate her. And those that don't know, my wife's name is Wendy. We've been together for a very, very, very long
Love
time.
you, Wendy.
The other day, this is a true story. The other day, I'm sitting on the couch, and the deal is done. It's signed. So she's like, are you excited? Congratulations. I know how hard you've been working on this, whatever, this and third. And you know how you hear somebody talking to you, but, like, you're not paying attention to them?
Yeah, you're like,
But you can hear everything they're saying. Yeah, but it's like blurred out. So I hear what she's saying, and I'm like, listen, babe. I'm like, look, I appreciate it. Thank you. But you know what? I don't even really get a chance to enjoy it because I'm so focused on performing in the next that it's not even it's not even a thought process. Like I'm already on to the
I
next
already
one.
knew what you were talking about as you were saying it. Like while she's congratulating you, you're just thinking like, how do I do another one?
Yes. Or how do I keep this longer? Or how do I get the next one?
How do I promote as much as I can?
How do I get it to the next level?
I mean, that's always the goal is to.
How do I get a whole audience sitting there in front of us, listening to what we're saying, word for word, clapping at the end, and it's all finished and done?
I would love that.
It can happen.
I love that.
It can happen.
You know what it is? There's a lot of the guys that got really successful too, man. They did a lot of groundwork, which we don't do. Like out in the open public, walking up on people with mics and doing.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing it either.
Because that's their niche.
Yeah.
This is what's working for us.
Yeah,
I want to
that's what I'm
improve on this. So for me, and this is a true story, because EJ had made fun of me, because EJ likes to troll, right? We all know that. He likes to troll. So
yeah, that's why
what EJ said in my family group chat was, can we do a better choice of music because you selected Roman Reigns to announce our massive Auto Nation deal, right? Hold on. Don't say a word. What EJ doesn't realize is I recorded that all the way back in August.
I recorded that back in August.
That's recycled footage all the way back from August because I planted the seed all the way back then.
Wrestling, as our viewers know, some may not know, I'm not a big wrestling guy. I'm not a big wrestling guy. I do know certain things about it. And I do know that John Cena turned heel. John Cena turned heel. And it's like,
oh my God.
This
you actually saw that?
It's a big deal.
Oh my God.
Deal. This guy hasn't been a heel.
So does he wear black jorts now?
I don't know.
Does he?
I mean, he should just come to my crib. I got a whole closet full of shit.
Does he go to the Death Row side and just like wear like black shirt with gold chain and like black jorts?
Come out thugged out.
Right?
I'm excited for this. Like I'm not a big wrestling fan, but when I heard that John Cena went from babyface to heel, I was like, okay.
You know what would be dope?
I like the villain.
You know what would really be dope? If he ends up coming out and he does a promo, and his promo is literally how Suge Knight did at the MTV Awards or the Source Awards, where he's like, if you don't want to be or have a producer all up in the videos,
come to Death Row. Dancing and shit. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about Diddy getting into music videos no more. But yeah, he was like, if you don't want your producer and your manager in your videos singing, dancing and
all
shit,
up in the video, come to Death Row. If John Cena did something like, if he did a promo like that, it'd be amazing.
Snoop bought Death Row, right?
He did. Yeah. So Death Row went bankrupt, and Snoop bought it off of the bankruptcy court.
I seen Dr. Dre was congratulating him about that. But yeah, man, I immediately hit up all my wrestling boys, all my boys that love wrestling.
I was literally.
I was like, John Cena turned heel. They're like, how do you know that?
What was it, after 18 years or 17?
25 years
like
since he's been a heel. Jeez. So he's been the good guy for 25 years, John Cena. So I'm excited to just see. I mean, I got to start tuning in.
He's a bad guy.
Netflix is fucking $28 a month now.
It is?
I mean, unless I got whacked.
It's $28 a month? EJ, we paid $28 a month for Netflix? I'm about to cancel it.
No. That's like the top one. Ours is $7.99.
Oh, okay.
There is no $7.99 one no more, brother. You need to check that.
Hold
I think
on.
$7.99 to add on.
Yeah, $7.99 to add on an extra TV.
I'm about to check my credit card.
Bro, I swear I got hit for $28.
Yes, it is. Standard with ads is $7.99. Standard a month. Standard is $17.99.
All right, what's the?
No, I have $7.95. I pay $7.95.
Okay, what is this?
Don't do that to me. I pay $7.95.
What's this college?
What did I get? What's going on? I'll tell you what. He's getting checked out when I get home. I'm over here like, my dad called me. He goes, did your Netflix go up?
He's speaking to the devil. My dad called me, and look who's calling you. See, this is why the show is live.
Yeah,
literally, his dad is calling him as he's speaking about him.
I'll call him back. He's calling me to bitch about something.
We're trying to watch
You're messing up my TGL, bro. This guy.
Damn, you paid $28 for Netflix?
No, something must have happened. They must have hit me.
Hold on. Top tier.
What
is
top
20
tier? What am I getting? What am I getting for? I'd rather pay
You
$8.
get no ads and like certain like other things like movies.
Well, I know that I did pay an extra like $4 back in the day, so that I had everything in 4K.
Okay.
That was like a $4
So
more
petty.
upcharge.
Speaking of that, your TV that you gave me is immaculate.
It's
by the way.
it's a great TV.
It's a great
It's
TV.
good.
Here's the thing, sometimes like the sound would think because there's so much lint on the speakers in the
You
back.
gotta just give it a wipe down, brother.
Dude, that
Yeah, I did.
freaking thing on 5 is loud as hell.
Yeah, it is. And it's crazy because like my newer TVs, they don't. I'm like, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go way up on these things, man.
But
Like,
what's it called? Sam and Phil, when we go to their house, you have to put the thing on like 60 in order just to like hear.
well,
it.
here's the thing. I mean, some of the newer TVs, obviously, the really expensive ones are good, but like, they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
You can't make the speakers bigger and bigger and bigger when you're making the TV smaller and smaller and smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to buy the sound bar. Oh, you want premium sound? I have a Sonos sound bar hung up in the man cave. I can't get the thing to connect to my TV. Yo, and my boy's like, that's putting it up. He's like, yeah, this is the older version of it. I go, I know what it is.
Right.
I look it up online. It's still $700, pal.
Let me give a shout out to our commissioner in our football fantasy league, J-Maz. I saw him today.
Yeah, is he trying to rope you in for baseball?
I'm down.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I told him, man.
I'm in.
We didn't do it last year.
Now, for those that don't know, J-Maz is our commissioner for fantasy football. He's also our defending champ in our league for fantasy football. So
He's a defending champion
year
every
one
year.
of the
70 teams.
year one of what is it called? Live draft.
Live draft.
At the EC show, which we did it here. He is the defending champion. So he wasn't even here. He did it on FaceTime because he was sick.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling good.
He wasn't feeling good. So he's ready to do year 2, and we're excited about doing that here as well. But I want to give a shout out to him because
That was a really, really fun draft.
yes, we're waiting for. We want to play baseball. We really, really want to play baseball. We need to be able to get 12 individuals. Of course, EJ comes out his mouth earlier today. I have a team by myself. We are not condoning that. No, not yet. Not just yet.
He was like, oh,
I'll
we're
wait
missing
till
a
you're
person. I was
18.
like, let me split.
I'll wait till you're 18. Not yet.
Well, technically, it's not gambling if he's a sponsored athlete. So if the EC show sponsors him, he's a sponsored athlete.
There might be a way around that. There might be a way around that. There might be a way around that.
I might come
I
last, but I
personally
won't lose
would.
against him.
I personally would like to see a father-son
Here's the thing.
matchup.
My house
Joe,
will be destroyed.
Joe,
He goes, my house would be destroyed.
Joe,
destroyed.
I might come last or 11th. But
But if
I
you
will
beat
not
him
lose.
twice,
I will not lose.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 wins
He's like,
against him.
I'll be 2-24. My only 2 wins are gonna be against my
I
pops.
promise you.
So here's the problem, and Joe, maybe you'll end up going through this eventually. This is the problem. EJ's generation, it doesn't matter if
It's
you
just
prove,
tro-
it
like,
doesn't
it's
matter if
trolling?
you it doesn't matter if you prove them wrong.
No.
You can prove them wrong 9 out of 10 times.
9.5 out of 10
The
times.
one time that they get something right will literally negate the 9 times that you were.
And it lives on for 30 years.
Oh my God.
Remember back in, just like you said, I recorded that in August. No shit, EJ.
So here's the thing, and I'll just use an example, right? EJ, I went into his room the other day. His room looked like a goddamn bomb went off.
Here we go.
Wait.
That's Melania's room every day,
This is
don't
not
worry.
something that happens all the time. But
Melania's room every day.
a bomb looks like it went off. I'm sitting there saying, I'm like, yo, why do I even have to come in here and tell you this shit? Like, why does this look like this, right?
Same.
Mind you, you have a closet. Clothes goes in a closet. You have certain things. The dirty clothes goes in the hamper. That's in the room.
Yeah.
The bed needs to get made. The
the
pillows
trash
need to,
out, whatever.
everything, whatever, right? Cool, no problem. How come I have to tell you that these things need to be done? Oh, it'll get done.
Bro.
Okay, so me being the dad, pass me your iPad, pass me your phone.
I don't have an iPad.
Pass me the iPad, pass me your phone, pass me your MacBook. Why do you have to take this stuff away from me? I will give it right back to you the
Because all this
minute
shit
it's
is done.
clean. Fam, we got home. The shit was spotless. I was like, why can't it just be regular like this?
Wait. Here's the thing. We got home like 5 minutes before him, and it was spotless. Took me like 3 minutes.
Bro, listen, when I do this with Melania all the time. I do this all
quiet, Jeremy.
I do this all the time, and I go, why do you want to live like this? I go, and then the room gets spotless, beautiful, lights on. I'm like, dude, look how nice your room is.
Yeah.
You don't want this like this all the time?
Yeah.
All the time? Giabella, you walk in her room, you can eat a steak off the floor. Hers looks like a housekeeping comes through every 3 minutes.
Like,
Wait till
don't get it
Cassiana
twisted.
So
gets her own
OCD.
room.
What?
Wait till Cassiana gets her
Oh,
own room.
Cassiana,
Like, don't get it twisted.
She's actually really good too. I think it's just gonna be Melania.
Don't get it
that's
twisted.
the mess.
I'm not that type that a house needs to look like a model Target
Hell
house.
no,
Like,
my
that's
house
what I
is
mean.
a circus.
It needs to be used. A house needs to be used.
No, my house is used.
But
and
there's a
used.
time and a place where it needs to be used, and there's a time and a place where
Well,
it needs
no,
to be.
I think, listen, the common area, you're going to have to clean. That's a daily thing. Everyone clean up in the common
Homie
area.
had 5 towels, 1 on his arm. That's 6.
No,
he had
no, whoa, don't
7.
come here, don't come
he had
here.
7
I had dirty
hoodies on
clothes I
top
picked up
of
from
the.
their room
You know
and
how
my room.
the closet opens and you have the door. He had them on top of the door.
Yeah,
And I'm like, why do you
No,
have
no,
them
no.
on top of the door?
3
like,
of the
put it in
towels,
the
one of them
closet.
were from my bathroom, the 2 other ones were from the middle, like the room, because we were like cleaning up like the AC thing. So
Okay.
call me out on something that is factual.
Okay.
You had 5 towels.
Actually, it was 4.
5.
4. He said,
You're not counting the one that was on you.
Regardless, your room's a mess, and you get your shit together. Giabella, she bitches all the time about the dishes. I have to stand at the sink and do the dishes for an hour and a half every time I do the dishes. I go, because you walk past it when there's 4 or 5 dishes in it, and I go, bro, I do it all the time. Like, gee, you should probably bang those dishes out. There's only 5 or 6 in there. You can bang them out right now. So
She'll
and
wait.
She'd wait. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Until it gets to 20 dishes in the thing, and then she's there scrubbing for an hour. I go, if you would just do them, listen, I'm real big in my house with like the garbage and shit. I'm like a fucking drill instructor. I don't miss it.
Right.
So like even when I put all my shit in the sink, I technically could put it right back into the pantry. That's
Of course.
how clean I put it into the sink.
Yeah.
Melania, the baby, they just drop it
Make
in
a
the
mess,
sink.
yeah.
Me, I clean everything. By the time Giabella goes to clean it, it's pretty much clean. She's got to add a little soap and water, dry it off, it's done. I go, I don't even do you dirty like that.
Yeah.
I go, I could just leave bowls of shit in there. I go, but I clean it up for you.
I gotta tell you this one. This is hilarious.
And it's just like, they're the glutton of their own
So
punishment.
Wendy's hanging out with me. I'm on the couch laying down doing my dad thing, and EJ's playing the video game because now we have the main TV that you gave me and the other TV that's off to the side he uses for his video games. So I'm laying on the couch being a dad and just chilling, relaxing on, I think it was like Sunday or whatever. And we meal prep. So Monday through Wednesday, Wendy cooks everything on Sunday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, she'll make something real quick. So Friday, Saturday, we eat out.
Yeah.
That's like her time off, and then she'll meal prep again Sunday.
Good for her.
He has his lunch in his bag every day. So meaning like he has his lunch, his meal prep lunch in a plastic bag in his book bag. All he has to do is come take it out, put it in the sink after he gets home.
Calling me out like this.
I'm on the couch. It's Sunday. He didn't have school since Friday. I said, yo, EJ, what are the possibility that this meal prep that you had on Friday is still in your book bag today?
Just a random thought on the couch.
Just a random thought on the couch. He goes, nah, I took it out. Now, mind you, his book bag is right next to Wendy. I'm like, babe, grab the book bag, please.
Open the book bag for me.
Nah, it's not there. I'm telling you, it's not there. Yo, Wendy pulls out the Publix plastic bag with the fucking Tupperware in the book bag. This kid was...
Yo, what'd your face look like after you got caught?
No, because what's it called? I thought
What's
I
it
put it away.
called?
I was so confident. I thought I put it away. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, Mom. She didn't understand. I was like, Mom, is there a plastic bag in there? She goes, yeah. Oh my God, face drop. I was like smiling.
Yo, if I was EJ, I'd be like this.
So here's the
waiting for
issue.
the remote to come across and crack
So here's
me
the
in
issue.
death.
Me, you, Jeremy, Jordan, we're old enough. EJ's seen it before, but I don't think he remembers. In Bronx Tale, when Cologio tried to do something, and he said, I took a shot. His dad didn't mess with him because he said he took a shot. He took a shot. I can't get mad at him, right? I'd rather EJ be like, yo, I don't know. Let me check. And get up and go check. No, he says for certain, there's no way possible
Gun to my head,
that
Dad.
this Tupperware is in my book bag.
I think that he was trying to get you to just be like, you know what, I trust him, I'm not going to check that bag. But you had already had the random thought, so you weren't letting it go.
No, of course not.
No, you had to, the validation had to be there. If it wasn't a random thought, you might have let it slide.
Yeah.
Like if it was just a topic that came up, but when you were actually thinking it, it's like, I got to check that fucking bag.
Oh, my God. I knew right away.
I got to check that bag right now.
So TGL, right now, it's Atlanta 2, Jupiter 1.
Jupiter's out. Atlanta's just
this
getting
is the
some-
consolation game,
just
right?
a consolation game. It's the last game of the regular season. I think the 17th and 18th is when the playoffs start.
Yeah. A buddy of mine, shout out to Pat, shout out to Sean, they went to it. They said it was really dope.
Shout out my boy Nick Marzullo. He just went and checked it out. I seen it on his story. He was at the #1 seed clinching game with LA in the Bay.
Yeah.
For argument purposes, I personally like the Bay.
That was yesterday. That was yesterday's game.
Yeah.
That was yesterday's game.
So I like the Bay.
Yeah.
I know they're the 2 seed. I just like the players that they got on their team. I think.
I'm going to root for New York.
I know you are.
I'm gonna root for New York.
I had a good
I
feeling.
think Uncle Steve and his team gets it done.
All right, tell Steve thank you for dumping his big, giant pile of Aaron Rodgers shit on the Giants front door. I'm 90.
What does he have to do with that? He doesn't have to do with that.
You could have paid him again and kept him in New York.
Well, no,
Jets.
Uncle Steve doesn't own the Jets. It's
Oh, the
Woody
Knicks.
Johnson.
The Knicks.
No, he doesn't own the Knicks neither. Dolan owns the Knicks.
Oh, he just owns the Mets?
He owns the Mets
And this.
and
That's
this.
so slow.
Is
Yes,
it?
yes. And he's gonna own the massive
I don't
casino
know.
real
I
estate
thought
around.
That guy, Steve Cohen,
No,
owned
no,
everything,
no,
everything,
no, no.
everything Met Jet that
No,
way.
no, no,
Not
no,
Yankee
no.
Giants way, the Met Jet way.
Oh, you know what I just saw today, Jordan? The Sphere is supposed to be going bankrupt.
What?
Look it up. Look it up real quick. I saw that the Sphere is supposed to be going bankrupt with massive losses, and like.
Live happened.
You know what's dope? I don't know the name of it. Have you seen these places that
That played sports?
Yes.
Oh my God, Peanut sent it to me.
The video it's like
Is it only in Vegas? I thought
it's literally
the
a
one he sent me-
screen.
Yeah, bro, it looks
But
like
you
it.
think you're last
you're
you
in
got
the
the
game.
game, yeah. It's going bankrupt? Wow. You built $1 billion
I'll
sphere
tell
and it's
you
going
what.
bankrupt.
You know who just got themselves a sphere? Elon. Yeah, he's gonna be called he's gonna call it the space circle or something. Who knows? Yo, listen, you can't. That's what I would do. Steve Cohen and Elon are just doing it. Listen, when you got billions to throw around and people are getting bankrupt, start buying shit. I wish Elon would.
Do you know that he said it's his civic duty
to make his fans happy?
to make his fans happy and own the Mets?
And I appreciate that. I mean, I can appreciate that for any owner.
You know what? I really do think that he's Batman.
He's the real Bruce Wayne.
He's the real Bruce Wayne. He's Batman. He might not be able to do all that aerodynamic shit, but he's hiring somebody to do it for him.
One thing my wife had to say about him, she was like, "What is wrong with that man's teeth?" She's like, all that. She goes, "How much did you say he's worth?" I said, "Babe, he owns the Mets and he owns this golf team you're watching on TV." She goes, "Why hasn't he fixed the smile?" I said, "Babe, you're asking me a question. I'm over here in the low tax bracket. I got my teeth fixed. This guy's worth billions, and his teeth look like they're made out of wood."
Well, guys, that's going to conclude today's episode. Make sure you click like, subscribe on all podcast platforms, on Rumble and on YouTube. Once again, the show is sponsored by KD Power Greens, our urban farm microgreens company that I own with my kids. Please visit EnasiaColon.com, ENASIACOLON.com to get all of your brand new ECRespECt merch. And once again, Jeremy, if you could put it up for me, please, real quick. AutoNation, Toyota, Weston, click on the QR code. It will take you straight to their website. You'll be able to get a car if you want, buy one, trade it in, whatever you're looking for. They have your needs covered. Guys, we'll check you out next episode. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.